Hi guys, welcome back. It's Chrissy the Crystal Indigo, and I am here with a twin flame energy update. This is a must watch video. I also want to say to all my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for sending me lots of love and light. And for the 800 subscriber, I am going to send you a free reading of your choice, whether it be general, love, or twin flame reading. So again, for the 800 subscriber, I am going to send you a reading of your choice. So good luck to the person who makes the 800 subscriber. So again, this is a twin flame energy update, and I feel like a lot of divine feminines are going through it right now, and I can't even put my head around it, with just the triggers, with the emotions, with the, I can speak for myself that today I was just triggered to the point of tears. And I know this journey isn't easy, and sometimes, we want to give up, but when you feel like that, you really need to go within and talk to your spiritual counsel, whether it be divine, your ascended masters, your archangels, God, whomever brings that clarity for you. But I'm going to get right into the reading. So for divine feminine, the first card that came out is signs. So for divine feminine, you are noticing like a lot of signs, maybe even you smell the scent of your divine masculine, but you're also noticing synchronicities as well, like at a rapid rate. Like I've been seeing a lot of 411s, 1111, 1011, 88, just different numbers. And immediately I go on to Joanne Scribes. You can Google that, and she has like an entire list of angel numbers and what the meaning is behind it. So for divine feminine, right now you are definitely seeing signs, and you are really trying to pull yourself up. Like I know, the energy has been like we've been standing in our power, but it seems like as Mercury retrograde went direct, or Mercury went direct from our retrograde, that it caused something. It caused, and maybe we're feeling the emotions of our divine masculine. But what the message is here for divine feminine is to pay attention to the signs, okay? The next card that came out for the divine feminine is the Dark Night of the Soul. Now this is different because normally when I, do the cards, this 99% of the time always comes out for divine masculine. But I feel like divine feminine is going through some purging, letting go, releasing, because divine feminine is being called to something higher, something greater. And I remember, divine feminine, you've always had the gifts, you always had that spiritual like kind of connection. When your divine masculine came along, they just expanded like a lot more. It just, you became a lot more open, realizing more of your gifts, going through your spiritual awakening. Like I said, I went through my awakening last June. So I feel like with Dark Night of the Soul coming out for divine feminine at this time, like you are going through it, and you're going through it to help you come to the place where you're meant to be, okay? The next card that came out, see that? Vibrations. So for divine feminine, you're vibrating on a different level. Like you may be having your dreams, you may be having visions. I know the other day my friend caught me just like stuck staring like at a wall, and she was like, Chrissy, like where did you go? I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, normally when that happens, it's like I'm seeing a vision, and I'm totally not aware of what's around me. I'm just into what I am seeing. And so for me, one of my gifts is second sight. So I can see, I have remote viewing, and can see into the future. And so, and like I said, your gifts, they start to come. They don't always come all at once. They come, after each other. And that's something in 2019 that I had discovered when I got my Akashic records read. So for divine feminine, you are definitely vibrating on a higher level, as you're clearing out the things that no longer serve you or grow you, and releasing and healing those wounds that took place within your twin flame connection. The next card that came out is commitment. Once you go through all of this, this is the reward that you get because you've done the work, you're doing your healing, you're vibrating high, you're choosing to use or choosing to go with the flow of unconditional love. So this last part of this is just clearing out everything, and I believe it's before the 8-8 portal, the Lion's Gate. I think definitely we are going through some purging and getting rid of the last bits of what no longer serves us or grow us. So when this Lion's Gate happened on 8-8, we can be spiritually, mentally, and emotionally ready for the new changes that are going to start happening within ourselves and in our lives. Okay? For Divine Masculine, the first card that came out is Refocus. So right now, like, Divine Masculine is going through it. Divine Masculine is still trying to figure out, you know, do I want my twin flame? Do I want my karmic? They're refocusing and looking at what actually is best for them. Like, usually Divine Masculine is in that headspace where, you know, they don't want to hurt anybody. You know, they just want everything to be at peace. But right now, Divine Masculine is refocused because he's like, okay, or she's like, because the energy could be interchangeable. He or she is just like, you know, as a Divine Masculine, I need to refocus. I really need to set a plan in motion that's going to set me up, you know, for the future. Like, I can't continue to keep hurting. I can't continue to stay in this manipulative energy, and I can't continue to walk this dark path. And I feel like Divine is really working on Divine Masculine, because again, we've been seeing the videos from some of my favorite readers like Twin Flame Healer, Jupiter 1111, Unspoken Truth 2828. So we're seeing where some of the collective, the Divine Masculine, is definitely coming in, giving communication, but there's others that still, you know, we haven't got to that point where the Divine Feminine is reaching out and Divine Masculine is still in that ego energy. And so now when Divine Masculine is realizing that Divine Feminine is like, you know what, I'm still going to hold a space in my heart for you, but I cannot go through this turmoil. And it's not that Divine Feminine is giving up on Divine Masculine. It's just that Divine Feminine is choosing herself. Okay? The next card that came out in the Divine Masculine spread is Divine Feminine. So when Divine Masculine is refocusing, like I said before, it was a choice of the Karmic or the Divine Feminine. And he or she is refocusing and realizing that the Divine Feminine was not toxic, that the Divine Feminine didn't put a root or curse on him or her, that the Divine Feminine always used unconditional love no matter what. And Divine Masculine sees that now and is actually kicking him or herself in the tail, because it was like, how could I have done Divine Feminine this way? Like, I'm realizing the damage that I caused. Like, I'm realizing how much I've hurt my Divine Feminine, and I cannot even bear to look at my Divine Feminine, because how could I have hurt someone that treated my heart as if it was their own? Divine Masculine is seeing Divine Feminine in her glow, seeing how Divine Feminine radiates, and Divine Masculine wants that back. Divine Masculine wants to mend things, to get things on the right track, but Divine Masculine is trying to figure out a way to do that. Like, how can I right my wrongs? How can I figure this out? Okay. The next card that came out for Divine Masculine is action. Divine Masculine is taking action towards their Divine Feminine, because they know, like, the clock is ticking. Like, I'm really about to lose my Divine Feminine. When Divine Feminine gets into that energy where it's just all about him or her, and they're not going to put up with the crap or the BS or, you know, that runner chaser, the ghosting. Like, when Divine Feminine is done, Divine Masculine feels it in his or her heart. They feel it, because again, we are one. So if you feel a certain type of way, your Divine Masculine is going to feel that way. And even if your Divine Masculine isn't awakened or not, you know, knowledgeable to the terms, that's used, divine masculine knows something is off, something is different. But with this collective energy, divine is definitely stepping in and really shaking up divine masculine's life right now. And right now, divine masculine could feel like, oh my God, like, why is my life such in shambles? You know, what's going on? And if divine masculine isn't still ready to surrender and isn't ready to face and own up to, you know, those accountabilities that had taken place, divine masculine is going to continue. The divine is going to continuously give that spiritual spanking, because it's like you're still not getting it. You're still not getting it, right? So divine masculine, even if divine masculine doesn't want to, divine has stepped in to say, you know what, I'm pushing you to do this. This must be done. Because again, you know, with the divine masculine and divine feminine, you're brought together because you have a mission, soul mission, life purpose mission, in regards to spirituality, in regards to the 144,000 light workers. And I keep mentioning that. And when I said light workers, the clock went 11:11. The time went 11:11 for the video. So at the end of the day, even if your divine masculine is stubborn, is in, you know, his or her ego, pride, before this Lion's Gate 8/8, something's going to happen that you, divine feminine, was not expecting. And always remember just to use unconditional love, even if you still hurt a bit on the inside, even if you're still angry. And like I said, today my divine masculine triggered me so bad, because me, like, I'm tough, like I don't cry like that, but I was in tears, and I was just like, wow, like, you really played me for the karmic. And in reality, the karmic showed that they didn't give two squats about divine masculine. And that's kind of what has been happening. And it's not that the karmic is a bad person or anything like that, but it was because with the karmic, a lesson was supposed to be shown and learned as well. Okay. The next card that came out, what did I say? Pride and ego. So divine masculine really has to let go of that pride and ego and really accept what divine is trying to show divine masculine. Like, you are showing up in divine masculine's dreams. You are on your divine masculine's mind. Even if your divine masculine isn't speaking to you and you guys are in separation, he's or she's fighting that ego, that pride. Like, okay, like, you know, how can I come about this? How can I say what's needed to be said and I don't get rejected? And I'm not going to front. Like, when I reach out to my divine masculine, it's a couple words and then the phone hangs up. So right now, like, that's the energy we're in. But I feel like things are going to shift, not because of myself, because I know I'm doing the work. I may have a few setbacks, but I consistently do the work. Even today, like, posting this video, I was like, I don't feel good on the inside. And then a voice said, but you are leading the light workers. You're the leader. You have to be able to be strong and communicate and lead, even when your life is in shambles, or even when things are not right with you. And I know most readers don't do that, but I said, you know what? Okay. You know what I mean? So I still went ahead and posted this video because I feel like something that I'm speaking about is going to connect with, you know, certain individuals who are watching the video. So right now, that pride and ego, divine is definitely working on divine masculine about that. Okay, so I pulled some twin flame messages for with the Mystic Moon deck. So this is what divine feminine wants to say to divine masculine. The first card that came out: please don't take what happened personally. It's not you, it's me. I feel with this card coming out that this has nothing to do with divine feminine, but it's the energy of divine masculine. So divine masculine is just reassuring divine feminine that nothing was your fault. Even though that's how some of the divine masculines may have like played it, or may have, you know, put on that front to make the divine feminine feel like, you know, you were the one, and you know, they were wrong. You were the one that was insecure, this, and the other. No, divine masculine knows that he or she played on divine feminine's emotions just because he or she knew how much divine feminine really loved them. The next card that came out, is it possible to forgive and forget? So divine feminine's in that energy, like, I want to offer unconditional love. I want to offer peace. I want to offer, you know, my part of the union. But at the end of the day, divine feminine is still reminded of what he or she was put through, and it was not easy. But regardless, divine feminine still has that place in his or her heart for their divine masculine. But those questions do come up, and this, I would say, is what represent the triggers. Like, is it possible to forgive and forget? That's an example of a trigger right there, because when you're in your right space, you're just vibrating off unconditional love. You're not thinking about what happened in the past. You're letting everything go. The next card that came out, you've been in my dreams. Divine masculine is always in divine feminine's dreams. Well, not always, but you know, for the majority of the part. And that's because they are, you know, connected at a soul level. And when things aren't right or off, or even if they are great, divine feminine will get those visions, get the messages in regards to his or her situation. The next card that came out, seeing you reminds me of the things I know deep down, and that's not always easy to deal with. Because divine masculine meeting the divine feminine caused divine feminine to face those inner childhood wounds, past life traumas, things of that nature. And even though divine feminine is like, wow, like, you know, I'm facing these fears, I'm healing from my past, you know, and moving forward, you know, head on, I'm still reminded of the effects of the process, because it wasn't easy. It wasn't an easy process for divine feminine to have to face, because, you know, depending on your traumas and your past life issues, they could have cut deep. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, that was for divine feminine to divine masculine, and this is divine masculine to divine feminine. The first card that came out, I can still feel you. You will always feel your twin, because you guys are one. Always. The next card that came out, we will be together again. In the 3D, it's so difficult because you're like, it's common sense. Like, I'm looking at what it is. I'm not trying to, you know, when you think from that 3D mentality. But on a 5D level, you know, the mentality is a lot different when you're on that, you know, vibrational, spiritual level. So in divine masculine's heart, from the 5D sense, even in the mind, divine masculine knows that, you know, I'm going to be with my divine feminine. I'm going to come back. I'm going to make this right. We will be together again. The next card that came out, he had a lot to say, or she had a lot to say today in regards to divine masculine to divine feminine. I feel badly for the way that I treated you. You didn't deserve that. Boom. Your divine masculine knows that. Your divine masculine is sitting back and seeing everything that happened with the karmic, everything you have done, and how you just loved your divine masculine unconditionally. And now for some of the divine masculines who are out of their ego and pride, they're kicking themselves in the tail, like I said earlier. They're realizing, like, what did I do? I did not realize that I caused this much damage. You understand? Because some people, before they come into your life, you know, you go through your transformations, you go through your healing, and you think you're all good, like you're all set. And just like I expressed to my divine masculine, I said, before you came along, I was fine. And then you didn't flip my life upside down. And sometimes you have to be honest. You have to give the exact truth of what was done, because some people are just like lost in the sauce until they're forced to sit there and they think they lost you, and that energy isn't as, you know, that knowing that, okay, I need my divine feminine, boom, my divine feminine is there. They haven't realized what it feels like to not have their divine feminine at their beck and call. And now they're starting to realize that. Because for a lot of the divine feminines, they are walking away. Not forever, but they're walking away because they're choosing themselves, self-love, what matters to them, how they deserve to be loved, over the divine masculine's BS. I just gotta say it how it is. The next card that came out, I know I screwed things up and honestly have no idea how to fix it. What did I say earlier? But if they allow their pride and ego to be put to the side, they can openly, you know, unconditionally just come forth and say, you know, I'm sorry. That's all sometimes you need to hear. You don't have to rehash the past. You don't have to dig into like, okay, this happened on this month and this day and you were over here. And, you know, you don't have to get all into details. You can just simply say, I apologize for everything I've done to you. And you will be amazed at the reaction that you get from your divine feminine. Because you're coming from a genuine place. And in that moment, your divine feminine is going to know that. The last card that came out, our connection still affects me. Yes, because you are one. Your divine masculine feels what you feel. Your divine masculine, if you're happy, your divine masculine feels that. If you're sad, your divine masculine feels that. If you're confused, hurt, lost, or going through something, your divine masculine feels that. Even if they're unawakened, they might not know, like I said earlier, the terms or, you know, the knowledge behind it, but they know something's off. And of course, with divine constantly watching over these connections because of how special they are, divine is going to give them a hint of where this energy is coming from or where these feelings and emotions are coming from. Okay? So those were the messages. So now I'm going to go into some Doreen Virtue Romance Oracle cards, and just take everything into your heart, like what's being pulled, and just get your understanding about it, and just really, after this reading, try to go on a high vibration of love and light and unconditional love. So the first card that came out is chemistry. It says, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. Duh, it's your twin flame. That's why. You have a soul connection. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. There's going to be a time, and I'm really, really sure that it may be before the Lionsgate 88. And if that is you, leave me a comment in the comment section. But I just know, like, before this Lionsgate, like, something amazing is going to happen for a lot of the divine feminines in the collection. In the collective. And especially if we're going through like this purge or these emotions and like tears and just like out of the blue, just all out of sorts, something's definitely brewing on the Twin Flame collective home front. So really write your dreams down if you're getting visions. Meditate a lot more, shield yourself, stay out in nature, walk barefoot, on the dirt, just to get like that vibration. Like, try whatever you can within these next couple of days before the 8th to really get on a high vibration of unconditional love and light. And really, if you're tarot reader, you're psychic, if you have like healing hands-on like gifts, things of that nature, really focus on your clients. Like, really start putting yourself out there and offering support to them. Like, this is your life path, this is your life purpose, so really focus on those things. That's gonna keep your mind off of your divine masculine. And not just to keep your mind off your divine masculine, it's because you're genuinely doing what you're meant to do. And you notice how when you're doing your spiritual work, the other stuff really doesn't even affect you. Like, you feel so at peace, like you're saving the world in a sense, or saving someone from the things that they were meant to go through. which they'll go through anyway, but they'll go through it at a different experience because of them, you know, being around you and you supporting them. The next card that came out is getting to know each other. So I feel for Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine, they're just going to start all over again from fresh, like a fresh start. Like, you know what? Let's start fresh. Like, no rehashing the past. Let's start fresh. And it says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Free yourself. It is time to take back control of your life. That's the next card that came out. It is time to take back control of your life. Because some of the Divine Feminines, including myself, like, I'm not going to sugarfoot anything or sugarcoat anything. You know, we make that step to move forward and we're like good and like we're doing the healing work, and then we fall back, we fall into those triggers. And you really have to free yourself. You really have to let go. You really have to forgive genuinely from your heart. Because if you don't do that, even forgive yourself, if you don't do that, you're going to constantly carry around, you know, what's been holding you back, like that energy, those emotions. And you really have to release everything that isn't, you know, serving you or growing you. Not to say your Divine Masculine isn't, you know, serving a purpose, because clearly there's a big reason why you guys, you know, have encountered each other in this lifetime. But, you know, sometimes you have to release in order for others to see you for who you really are. Passion. Next card that came out. It says, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So for the Divine Masculine that's coming back to their Divine Feminine, like, everything's is going to be like completely opposite. Like, you're not even going to know who this person is, because they've done the work, they've gone through their transformation. And even if they didn't want to, like I said, this is the time where Divine's like, you know what, I understand the concept of free will, but you're taking too long. Just period. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And I feel like with this card, it just means like, get out there, date. You don't have to be sexually intimate with anyone. I know for myself, I don't, because at the end of the day, I don't. That's a special kind of sacred connection thing with me, and I rather not have someone else's energy in my body when I'm also dealing with my twin flame as well, because you just continue to just add on and add on. And for those, you know what I'm speaking of. So keep an open mind. Go out and date. Go out and have fun. Talk on the phone. Just don't make all of your thoughts and energy and emotions about your Divine Masculine. You have to stand on your stand on your own and stand in your power. The next card that came out is let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So a lot of you could be just like, you know, I'd rather keep my business to myself. No one's ever going to understand this connection. And what you can do is you can pray to your angels or to your heavenly council and just ask to be surrounded by people who will be able to understand what you are going through. And you might, you know, run across another Divine Feminine who's dealing with the same things, and like, you guys can help each other. I know myself and my friend the other day, like, she was like, oh, like, you've changed, like, you're not the same person. And I was like, yeah, like, ditto, like, you're not either. And then we thought about it, and it was around the same time that we both got our awakening. Like, she was going through her awakening and I got my awakening, and that's when she saw her twin flame. And then we both just laughed and like hugged each other and was like, wow, like, we're both like going through a transformation. That's why we don't realize like how much we've changed, is because we're both like going through it. Like, we're being led to where we need to be. And even though my friend is like resisting a little bit on her end of like trying to accept what is, and, you know, go for her spiritual calling, which I believe she's doing it step by step. I'm just totally like surrendering, like, whatever you want to do with me, like, I'll give you permission over my free will, everything. Just cleanse me clean and guide me where I'm supposed to be in regards to my life path and purpose. So let your friends help you. Be open, be honest with them, you know. And if they don't understand, then they don't understand. They're not meant to understand, but you will attract people in your life that will understand and be able to give you clarity on a few things. The overall energy. Normally, I do not do this when it comes to Romance Oracle or the Lightworkers Oracle deck, but for this reading, I was told to do an overall energy. And the overall energy for the Romance Oracle spread is release your ex, and of course release your karmic. Like, release the things that no longer serve you or grow you, because it's going to allow you to be able to get through this transformation a lot smoother. And it says this time has come to clear your energy. So it could be karma, it could be an ex, it can be a job, it could be anything. It's just saying release your ex, release what no longer serves you. You notice here how it doesn't say the time has come to clear the person in your life, or no, it says the time has come to clear your energy. So release all of that, and allow yourself to love freely, allow yourself to be open, and don't make good loving people pay for other people's mistakes, because that just hinders you. Like, I know it's scary, I know it's tough, like trying to get out there and like open your heart again after it's been like mutilated in some of our cases, but you don't make a good person pay for someone else's mistakes. Okay, so the next cards I pulled for the collective, is the Lightworkers Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild. And I pulled this because it's very important for Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine to really get in touch with their life path and purpose, because this is one of the reasons why, we were all brought together. And like, I know you've been hearing the information about the first wave, second wave, third wave of the Twin Flame Collective. I happen to fall into the second wave, so that means like my union could come between 1 to 3 months. I've been on this journey with my twin flame for 3 years. So, yeah, that's like a lot of information out there about this, and I resonated with it so much. So I've decided when I do the twin flame readings, I do want to add the Lightworkers Oracle cards into it, because it's going to help you, Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine, to really get in touch with what you're supposed to be doing in the world in regards to your gifts. Now, I also have a surprise for you. So how I know, I call it the magical like sign. And when I look at the palms of those who are gifted, who are psychic, who are spiritual, who have their gifts, we all have this M. You see it? Either on our right hand or our left hand, or we have it on both. I have it on both, but you see the M right there, right? So if you have any questions, any inklings of that, you are gifted or spiritually gifted or have some type of gifts, look at the palm of your hand. Okay? Because every one of us has this sign. Okay? So I'll get into the first card that came out. The first card that came out, number 21, spiritual service. Number 21, spiritual service. And give me 1 second, because I'm going to read this for you. I was looking for my light, because you know how the words are like so small, and I'm sitting here stuttering over words because the letters are so small. But let me see if I can do it. 21, spiritual service. Self-doubt can be a habit that is hard to break. It can slow down your spiritual progress and the fulfillment of your life purpose. Ultimately, it won't stop you, but it can make your progress seem more challenging. It's easier to fulfill your purpose when you acknowledge your own goodness and talent and do what you have and do what you love to the best of your ability. Realize that you are enough, that your work is good, and that you have something of value to offer. It is time to let go of fear of failure, concern about your ability, and your right to have a happy and fulfilled life of success. The universe believes in you. Like I said, your cards are your cards. I always say that. The next card that came out, 20, Life Path. Okay. Do you wonder about your divine life path and purpose? You have been enrolled in spiritual training. This training might be obvious in the form of a course you are undertaking or hidden in a life lesson that is currently triggering your healing, learning, or growth. Whether it is obvious or not, successfully completing this training will empower you to fulfill your divine purpose this lifetime. Further clarity will be revealed to you. The universe promises that you shall know what you need at the perfect time and in a way that you cannot miss. Man, God is good. The next card that came out, Reassurance of the Golden Light. Reassurance of the Golden Light. Number 36. Which is 9, which means endings, I believe. So you're definitely coming up on something special. 36, Reassurance of the Golden Light. This golden light comes to you as a gift of grace and reassurance. It is an embrace from the universe, an expression of divine comfort, and a sign of hope. When the golden light appears, it is a sign that everything in your life, even the most troubling matters, is going to work out perfectly. They are held in the graceful hand of the divine and will be resolved more swiftly and beautifully than you might expect. Number 8, Star Child. Number 8, Star Child. The light of the stars exists in you. The earth wants you to share that light with humanity. You are asked to understand that you are meant to be here, that you have spiritual work to accomplish. Give up the idea in the stars. Give up the idea that you belong somewhere else, to another home in the stars. Instead, let the starlight of your inner being shine here on earth, where it shall make such a positive difference in the world. Fall in love with Earth's beauty. She can and will support you in all ways. Yep. So that is your reading, guys. Just an energy update because I just felt like it's just been so heavy lately. I just posted, I believe, yesterday too. No, I posted the day before yesterday. If you have any questions regarding the reading, if you would like a personal reading, feel free to email me. My services are in the description box. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section as well. Don't be afraid. Like, we're all here helping each other. And like I said, I'm on the same journey as you are. So we need each other. Like, we need each other's support. Again, I am offering a free reading to my 800 subscriber. I'm at 795 now, so I wanted to do something special. I believe her YouTube is Sultan T. You are my 700 subscriber. I need you to send me an email in regards to what reading you would like. So for every time I hit like a milestone when it comes to the channel, I want to give back by giving a free reading, whether it be love, general, or twin flame. Or if you would like, me to send you like healing energy, or you need to be healed for some things that you're going through. Again, my energy exchange information is in the description box as well. You do not have to donate to my channel. You can give an energy exchange by subscribing to my channel, liking my video, sharing my video. That's more than enough for me. But if you do need a reading and this video resonated with you, do not hesitate to book me. And again, my prices are very affordable. I'm not like that. It's just like I just rather support and help, and it's not so much about the money. But there has to be like an exchange, you know what I mean? So with that being said, I wish you all a great night, love and light, and I will talk to you soon.